Good day and welcome back to day 3 of the Mineral Resources Review here at the Delta Hotel. Today's Thought Leadership is sponsored by WSP and brought to you by Gale Force Winds. I have a young lady here, Regan Jacobson, with Paladin, Canada.
Yep.
So Regan, I understand you're a geologist.
Yes, yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your journey to getting here and, working with Paladin.
Yeah. So my geology career kind of started, I'm originally from the States. I'm from Wisconsin. So I did my bachelor's at University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire. And then I went directly from that into my master's degree here at Memorial University in Newfoundland. I worked with Steve Piercy, who's, phenomenal with volcanogenic massive sulfide deposits. And I just kind of realized that the industry in Canada is a bit better suited for the lifestyle I want. Exploration in the States right now, like fly in, fly out is not a type of field that they really understand. It's kind of like they want you to move to a very secluded project, live there, have your life there. Whereas here, I can have a life in St. John's with all my friends and family that I've, have here, and just fly in for work, fly out, and still have, a lifestyle rather than, completely starting over a life somewhere else. So,
So how long have you been here in St. John's?
I've been here for 6 years now.
Okay.
Yeah, a little over 6 years. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so have you been primarily in the uranium area, commodities, or have you worked in other minerals?
I have worked, a lot of my undergraduate and graduate research has been in VMS deposits.
Okay. So tell us a bit about that.
About VMS? Yeah, so it's base metal deposits. It's like copper, zinc, you can find some lead, gold, silver, some precious in there, like Firefly Metals. They're doing some great work with copper and gold. But, it was just kind of like an easy transition for me to go from VMS into now the uranium project here with Paladin. They're looking at very similar types of rocks. It's, mostly volcanic rocks, that sort of stuff. So it's just kind of my domain. A lot of alteration is kind of what I studied in my master's, and I was able to just hopefully apply, everything that I learned in my master's to the Michelin project.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So what type of a rotation? I know you mentioned fly in, fly out.
Yep.
You seem to like what is offered here versus, back home in the States. So tell me a little bit about that and what that lifestyle is like.
Yeah. So, Michelin is kind of an interesting duck because we get to do 2 field seasons. It's basically we have July from end of October, and then February to April. So in between that, you're doing 2 and 2 during the field seasons, and then in between that, you kind of just get a regular office job Monday through Friday, 8 to 4. So it's really nice to mix it up, because it's just kind of like, I'm getting sick of the office, maybe I want to see some rocks, and then, it's just in time for field season. So, it's really nice to have that mix, and it's just kind of a lifestyle change, and not away all the time, which is nice.
Which, like you said, is a great mixture.
Yes, yeah.
What do you like most about, going into camp, and tell us a little bit about what camp is like.
Yeah.
So people understand.
Yeah. Camp is it's a small community, honestly, and you just make really good friends there. It's an interesting work environment because these are your coworkers, but they also become your friends because you're living with them, and I think you have to have the right type of personalities in a camp like that, and Paladin has been a fantastic job of hiring the right people. You have our temporary field staff, who are 85% of them, or 85% of our staff actually is local. They're from Labrador, Nunatsiavut, Inuit. We have great people there. And camp is pretty comfortable. You hear the word camp and you think something's like a little rough, but we have showers and running water, and we have heaters, we have camp cooks, we have camp cleaners, everything like that. So it's not super roughing it. I get to sleep in a bed every night, not exactly just like a sleeping bag on the ground. So.
And how many people are there at any given time on shift?
We're kind of anywhere from like 20 to 35.
So it is like a little, community.
Yes. Yeah. So, we have little fun nights. We'll do like bingo every now and then. We have little prizes, and being like a woman in this industry as well, there's not a whole lot of women there, but we do get together and have little craft nights and hobbies and whatnot. So it's great,
It sounds, it definitely takes the perception when you think of camp. I think everybody thinks tents and really roughing it.
Really rough, yeah.
I'm glad you kind of explained that. So anybody watching, and especially considering a career in geology, lets them know that those options are there.
Oh yeah, and I think it's as a geologist, it's one of those experiences you always hear about, is like going and living and / working at a exploration camp, and I think it's great experience, and it's really boots on the ground. That's what you go into geology for. Most people do.
Very true.
So it's where you're going to get a lot of your experience and
getting in the field and learning it right from the ground.
Yep. So it's pretty great.
So, how has this week been for you? Is this your first mineral resource review?
I've been here a few times. When I was a student here, I was coming to these and networking and doing everything like that. I love coming around here and just seeing familiar faces and new faces, This is my first time coming here as someone who's associated with the company, so that's kind of fun, sitting at a booth and being able to talk about our company and our project.
Kind of a bit proud to
I'm
be able
proud.
to talk about it. And again, uranium is not something that we talk a lot about in the province.
Definitely not.
So it kind of makes you a little bit unique.
Yes, and I mean it's I think it's part of Canada's future. I mean it's a critical mineral. Paladin Canada also, acquired fission out of Saskatchewan in the Athabasca Basin. That's going to be a big project. I think Canada can capitalize on uranium and really lead forward a clean future for energy. So
awesome.
It's great.
Well, Regan, enjoy the rest of your week here.
Awesome. Thank
you so very much for getting in and explaining a little bit more about exploration geology and what that all looks like. And have a great week. Thank you.
Lovely to meet you. Thank you.